Chapter 1. My brother Jonathan wore a scowl across his face as he made his way through the crowded parking lot and into the Government Intelligence Agency, GIA. Slowly shaking his head in irritation, he approached the receptionist at the front desk. He could not figure out what our father was thinking and could no longer keep his mouth shut.
"I'm here to see Agent John Grant,"
he said quickly, trying to mask his frustration. "And you are?"
"Jonathan Grant. His son."
My, quite the family reunion today, huh?" she mused with a hint of sarcasm. Jonathan lifted a bushy eyebrow in question.
"What?"
he asked.
"In the last hour, I've checked in Emma Grant, Jamie Grant, Lydia Grant, and Sarah Grant."
She looked up from her computer screen.
"And now a Jonathan Grant."
She handed him a name badge, clearly unamused. "Thanks," he stammered, quickly making his way through security and down the long, familiar hallway to his father's office. Swinging the office door open, he sighed deeply as he looked around the very crowded small room.
"Great! Now everyone's here,"
I snapped, my bright blue eyes glaring at my brother, whose hands were now firmly on his hips, a common stance in the Grant family.
"What is going on?"
Jonathan asked, his narrowed eyes immediately settling on his wife Lydia, who sat quietly in the corner as more of an observer than a participant in this debate that clearly had no end in sight.
"Sarah and I came to speak with your father about this nonsense of Emma going on this mission,"
Lydia explained as she rubbed a hand over her very pregnant tummy.
"And Jamie was already here doing the same thing."
"Assume that's why you're here too?"
Dad sighed, looking up at his eldest offspring from behind his large wooden desk. Jonathan and Dad share a striking resemblance, except Jonathan is 3 inches shorter than Dad, who towers over just about everyone at 6'4".
"As a matter of fact, yes, that is exactly why I'm here,"
he stated, sending a sharp glare in my direction. I slumped down even more in the chair and pressed my hands in front of my face out of frustration. "Look," Jamie, the middle Grant sibling, began from his perch on the edge of Dad's desk. "I think we all agree this is a bad idea, and Emma should not get involved. Well, more than she already is."
"Since when is my life everyone's business?"
I snapped as the door once again swung open. The tall, dark-haired young agent, Christopher Clark, stepped into his mentor's office, eyes opening wide at the unexpectedly crowded room. Agent Clark had trained under my father for many years. I first met him when he was assigned to be my bodyguard when I was only 16. My mother, Celia Dravosky, left our family when I was a baby, after my father discovered that she was a Russian spy. Dad devoted most of his career, and my childhood, to hunting her down, to not only protect our family, but also to clear the name of his 2 colleagues who had been framed for Celia's crimes. Christopher saved my life many times over the years. Not only physically, but he was one of the reasons I came to know the Lord. We did not plan on falling in love, but when I was 18, I inadvertently ended up on an unsanctioned mission to save my high school sweetheart, Will Parker, and Christopher and I slowly realized we had fallen in love.